Well, guys, this is going to be the final part for my Lewiston Media Collection for 2025 edition, which is part 5. So, anyways, no time to waste. Let's begin now. As always, starting with the cut boxes, and the rest are slipcovers and a case list. So, anyways, here we go. This movie right here needed a rewatch soon after I get a VCR player. And this is the very first Sony Pictures classic movies ever made. May 25th, 1993. Yeah, it's May 25th, 1993. And the 21st week of 1993. I was going to watch this movie, but my VCR player, my Toshiba VCR player is broken. But I'm going to get another VCR player as soon as possible. Then I can watch this movie. January 15th, 1991. And the third week of 1991. Classic 1986 movie by Touchstone Pictures, starring Richard Dreyfuss, Bette Midler, and Richard and Nick Nolte. Oh, forgot to mention, I Howard's End. I got this tape from the thrift store in Pullman, Washington, and the VHS of The Freshman. I got this tape from my 19th birthday, which I got this tape from St. Vincent de Paul and Clarkston. This tape right here, I got this tape from the St. Vincent de Paul thrift store in Lewiston back in October 2018. September 16th, 1986. And this tape has extremely yellow wheels on this tape. But at least the rest of the tape still plays fine. So, yep. And finally, here's the last tape for this video. Or here's the last cut box for this final part. I think I got this tape from the St. Vincent de Paul thrift store in Lewiston back in, I think, 2019. July 23rd, 1999. That's it for the cut box, and now the rest are slipcovers and a case list. So, anyways, here we go. Reprint May 13th, 1992. But even though this tape is from 1989, I think. Got this tape from the St. Vincent de Paul thrift store in Clarkston back in August of 2017. I think. December 16th, 1992. Classic movie right here from 1986. I think I got this tape from the Youth Ranch back in February 2018. April 4th, 2000. I think I got this tape from the OUI thrift store back in, I think, 2018. And the spine's kind of faded there, but hopefully the rest of the tape still plays fine. October 26, 1993. And the 43rd week of 1993. Got this tape for my 17th birthday, which I got this tape from the OUI thrift store for my 17th birthday. New Year's Eve, 1999. And the 53rd week of 1999. Found this tape at a St. Vincent de Paul thrift store in Lewiston back in 2018. Or, I was wrong. I got this tape from the OUI thrift store back in April 2018. So, my mistake there. August 19th, 1998. And the 34th week of 1998. This is the original 1967 version of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. I think I got this tape back in December 2017, which I found it at St. Vincent de Paul thrift store in Lewiston, I think. October 24th, 1992, so printed a week before Halloween of that year. And this movie right here needed a rewatch soon. And the 42nd week of 1992. And I think I got this tape from the OUI thrift store back in 2018. And this is a reprint, January 13th, 2003. Classic, but needs a rewatch soon as possible. May 10th, 1994. And of course, I found this tape at a St. Vincent de Paul thrift store in Lewiston back in July of 2018, I think. January 23rd, 1997. Or no, January 28th, 1997. Excuse me there. I thought I was going to say January 23rd, but I was wrong. It's actually January 28th, 1997. But I will rewatch this movie as soon as possible as well. Really good 1996 movie starring Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson. March 4th, 1997, so printed 2 days before my birthday that year, and 5 years before I was born. Found this tape at St. Vincent de Paul thrift store back in 2018. My sorry, my ear's kind of itchy there, but it's all right. January 14th, 2000. So this is a reprint and printed the second week of 2000. Amazing 1997 movie right here that has Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, the late Robin Williams, and Minnie Driver. And I think I got this tape from the OUI thrift store back in 2019. I think June 1st, 1998. I think I found this tape at a OUI thrift store back in 2018. I think. March 17th or St. Patrick's Day 2000. And printed the 12th week of 2000. I think I found this tape at an OUI thrift store back in 2018. January 15th, 1996. And printed the third week of 1996. Guts tape brand new, factory sealed, but I opened up, which I found it at the Youth Ranch back in 2017. January 10th and January 14th, 1990. And the second week of 1990. This movie right here needed a rewatch soon. And I think I got this tape back in October 2019 from the Salvation Army thrift store. October 2nd, 1995. Got this tape from the storage unit while my dad and I cleaned up back in 2022. And this movie right here needed a rewatch one last time. March 3rd, 1996, printed 3 days before my birthday of that year, and 6 years before I was born. I think I found this tape at a St. Vincent Ball thrift store last year, back in 2024. March 11th, 1998. And printed the 11th week of 1998. Found this tape at a, I think, St. Vincent de Paul thrift store back in March of 2021, which is my 19th birthday. November 17th, 2000, and printed the 47th week of 2000. Got this tape from the OUI thrift store back in 2018. June 12th, 1990, and printed the 24th week of 1990. Happy 75th anniversary to this movie back in August of this year. Found this tape while my dad and I do some storage units. Back cleaning up storage at the storage units back in 2024, which is last year. November 20th, 1998. Found this tape at a youth ranch back in 2021, I think. December 3rd, 1998. And the week and year code's the 49th week of 1998. And now, I'm about to show the rest of the VHS tapes immediately. Which is right now. Found this tape at a OUI thrift store back in, I think, in 2018. March 13th, 1995 for part 1. And part 2 is printed March 28th, 1995. Okay. Found this tape at a OUI thrift store back in 2018. May 1st, 1991. Found this tape at a St. Vince de Paul thrift store back in June of 2018. April 11th, 1990. And the 15th week of 1990. Or, yeah, I was right. Print the 15th week of 1990. Found this tape at Idaho. I think I got this tape from the youth ranch back in February of 2018. Shortly after this thrift store opened up. June 26, 1998. Classic movie right here. Got this tape from the OUI thrift store back in May of 2019. I think, yeah, April of 2019. My mistake. Got this tape from the OUI thrift store back in April of 2019. June 30th, 1986. Got this tape from the OUI thrift store, which is the first time I've been there, back in 2018. September 11th, 1998. So printed 3 years before the tragic days of our lives. So, yep. And finally, here's the last one for the. Here's the last tape for his final part. Found this tape at a OUI thrift store back in 2019, I think. December 30th, 1994. Well, everybody, there you have it for my Lewiston Media Collection 2025 edition, part 5, the final part. So, anyways, stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment down, and press the notification button. We'll keep it touch. So, yep. This is Superman Me 2002. See y'all later, and have a fun rest of your night. Have a fun rest of your morning. Sorry about that. So anyways, goodbye for now.